So, you know what we're doing today, Elise?
What?
We're going to look at arterial blood gases. So that means that we're going to be, when you do this, you take a sample of blood from the arteries, and then you check in that blood the pH, and pH is how acidic or how alkaline the blood is. You check how much carbon dioxide is in the blood and how much bicarb is in the blood. So the first thing that you need to know is what's normal. So a normal pH is between 7.35 and 7.45 in arterial blood. If it's below 7.35, then you say acidosis. If it's above 7.45, then you say alkalosis, that the blood is alkaline. Okay? So that's the first thing. The second one that you have to check is carbon dioxide. And a normal carbon dioxide level in arterial blood is between 35 and 45 millimeters of mercury. So again, it's kind of easy to remember because here it was between, the pH, normal pH was between 7.35 and 7.45. And here a normal CO2 is between 35 and 45. So kind of the same sort of numbers that you're looking at there. So that's good. Except here, if you look at carbon dioxide, if it's above 45 millimeters of mercury, then it's acidosis. And if it's below 35 millimeters of mercury, then it's alkalosis. Because carbon dioxide, do you know how you get carbon dioxide? When you're breathing, what do you breathe in?
You breathe in oxygen.
And do you know what you exhale?
Carbon dioxide.
Yeah, you exhale carbon dioxide, and carbon dioxide is acidic. The more carbon dioxide
Isn't
you have.
it like carbon dioxide in soda?
Yeah, I don't. Does that, and that gives it acidity?
I guess.
Because it's bad for your teeth. So, okay, so that's more carbon dioxide you have, then the more acidic the blood is. And then we have bicarb, and bicarb is the opposite of carbon dioxide in terms of the more or less that you have. Bicarb is actually alkaline. So a normal bicarb level is between 22 and 26 milliequivalents per liter. If it's below 22 milliequivalents per liter, then you say acidosis. And if it's above 26 milliequivalents per liter, then you say alkalosis. Okay, so you have to first know the normal numbers, and then whether it's high or low, what that means, whether it means acidosis or alkalosis. So here's how you do it. Okay, you ready? So can you see this? This whole thing? This sheet says, how do you read arterial blood gases? So the first thing that you look at is the pH. So it says you always start with the pH. That's the first number that you look at. Not the carbon dioxide, not the bicarb, but you start with the pH. And remember, normal pH, 7.35 to 7.45. If it's less than 7.35, you say acidosis. And if it's greater than 7.45, you say alkalosis. And guess what?
What?
Once you write that down, alkalosis or acidosis, you never, 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 ever, never, 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 ever, never, 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 never change it.
Ever?
Never.
Huh.
Okay.
That's nice.
Well, at least most of the time. You never change it.
No.
There are always exceptions.
Really?
But yeah, but not on this exam.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
and hardly ever. So
Hardly ever?
hardly ever. So most of the time you'll never, 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 never change it. So once you look at the pH and you write down acidosis or alkalosis, you should never change it. Like you should write it in pen, not in pencil. Because in pencil, what might you do?
Or Sharpie.
Yeah, but why not in pencil? Because you might do what?
Yeah. You might change it.
You might erase it, right? Or change it, yeah. So pen, Sharpie, something that you can't erase.
Paintbrush.
Whatever. Okay, the next thing that you are going to look at is the carbon dioxide level. And carbon dioxide is, remember you said that you exhale carbon dioxide? So when you're exhaling, that's part of your respiratory system. So carbon dioxide are the respiratory influences on the blood. So if you have lower than 7.35, you're going to write down respiratory alkalosis. And if you have higher than 45, did I say 7.35 or did I say 35? I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay, if you have...
I was just filming.
Okay, so if you have lower than 35, you write down respiratory alkalosis. If you have higher than 45, you write down respiratory acidosis. Sorry, am I in your way?
Yes.
So, and you know what you write that down in, though?
What?
In pencil.
Okay, good.
Okay? Then the last thing you look at is the bicarb. And bicarb are the metabolic influences. So carbon dioxide, you were looking at respiratory influences, and bicarb is looking at metabolic influences. So that's kind of like something besides the respiratory system in your body that is something's going wrong with it, like maybe with your kidneys or something else, and that's why your pH is changing. So bicarb, remember, normal is 22 to 26. If you have less than 22, you put down metabolic acidosis. And if you have more than 26, you put down metabolic alkalosis, because the bicarb is alkaline, in pencil.
In pencil.
Right.
Yeah.
So which was the only one that you were putting down in pen?
The pH.
Right. That's the one you put down in pen, and you're never
Or
gonna,
Sharpie.
Right. But you're never going to change it. The other ones you're going to write in pencil, and you're going to see which one matches up. Okay, so here's an example. Okay. So what do you have when all the arterial blood gases are abnormal? If they're all abnormal, then you're looking at something that's called compensation. Okay, so this happens when the body is trying to restore a normal pH. So it's like, oh no, something's messed up, and so it's trying to get things back to normal. So when it's trying to get things back to normal, you have what's called compensation. It's trying to compensate for the bad thing that's going on by some other system working kind of overtime and trying to get things back to normal.
Cool.
Yeah. So here's an example. So do you see this? What does it say that the pH is there?
7.3.
And is that normal?
No.
Because normal was between 7.35
3.5
and
7.42.
5.
Oh.
7.45.
Okay.
So 7.3 means it's too what? Too much or too little?
Too little.
Too little. And when it's less or too little than it's supposed to be, when the pH is too little, then you have acidosis. And what are you going to write that acidosis down in?
Pencil. Pen.
No, pen, because it's the pH. So you're writing down the...
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So this acidosis here, you're going to write down in pen.
Pen. Or Sharpie.
Right.
Or mark.
And the next thing you look at is carbon dioxide. And here the carbon dioxide says what? What is the number there?
49.
49. And 49, is that normal?
Nope.
No, because normal carbon dioxide was between 35 and
42.
45.
45. Sorry, I keep saying 45.
So,
I guess I just have that number.
so it's between 35 and 45. So that means 49 is too
High.
high. And if you remember, the more carbon dioxide you have, the more acidic it is.
Yeah.
So now you write down, because it's carbon dioxide, you write down in pencil respiratory acidosis, or acidosis respiratory. Okay? Then the next thing is you check the bicarb. And the bicarb, so you always kind of do it in this order. First you check the pH, then you check the carbon dioxide, then you check the bicarb. And now you look at the bicarb, and it says 30. And is 30 normal? Do you remember what a normal bicarb was? It was between...
No, it is not now.
No, it's not normal. Do you remember a normal bicarb was between 22 and 26?
Ah, I forgot that.
Okay, so that means 30 is too what?
30 is too high.
So too much bicarb is alkalosis, metabolic. alkalosis. So now you have a decision to make, okay?
Yeah, but
Okay, keep it on here, right over here.
There.
So now you have a decision to make. Is this person in respiratory acidosis or metabolic alkalosis? That's your decision. What do you know this person is in that you're never going to change? What was the
pH.
Yeah, and what did that pH say?
Acidosis.
Acidosis. So is this person in respiratory acidosis or metabolic alkalosis?
Respiratory acidosis.
Right, because it matches what you said that it was. So it matches what you said it was going to be. So because you aren't going to erase that, right? Even when you came up with metabolic alkalosis, you're not going to go back and say, oh, no, it's not acidosis, it's alkalosis. You figure out which one matches. But can you just ignore this?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, you can't ignore it. So because this one is abnormal too, this is saying that the person is in compensation. So see the diagnosis down here? Respiratory acidosis with compensation. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You want to try one?